We'll send Matt Dillon's CV to a job at Overton Software Limited. The first step is to find Matt on the main index. Next, we'll click on Send CV. The CV can be sent out in relation to a job or to a contact where there's no job specified, i.e. speccing it out, or to tagged contacts, which is a list of contacts you've compiled. We'll choose the first option. The Select Job screen opens, where you can choose the job. The one at Overton Software Limited's already selected, so we'll just click on OK. The Send CV wizard opens, and it's here we choose the method of delivery. Tick this box if you want to send an email without a CV attached. We're going to send Matt's CV attached to the email, the default setting, so we'll now click on Next. Matt Dillon's CV is being sent to Liz Hurley at Overton Software Limited in relation to Job 125. If there's a tick here, an error's occurred. A message will appear stating what's wrong. It could mean that the contact hasn't got an email address, or the applicant doesn't have a CV. It could also mean that the applicant is excluded from the client. Whatever the problem, errors must be corrected or removed before you can continue. Everything's fine, so we'll now click on Next. The CV's listed here. You can check it by clicking here. The database can be configured to automatically link in other documents such as terms of business. The Ready to Send box must be ticked before you can continue. We'll click on Next again. The recipient is shown on the left, with the associated CV on the right. Other files can be attached by clicking on Add. The default email is displayed in the lower screen. You can edit the text here. The contact's email address is in the To field. You can CC and BCC as well. Let's send it. When a CV is sent out, an applicant action record's created, which is used to track the applicant's progress through the recruitment process. The email is automatically saved in the Sent Items folder in the Clients, Contacts, Applicants, Jobs and Your notebook. Let's take a look. Here's the email. To view the CV, click on the plus sign. The email's been saved in the Sent Items folder. We'll close Matt Dillon's notebook and return to the main index. Next, we'll look at Matt Dillon's applicant action. The screen is filtered to Matt Dillon's records. The CV sent date is displayed along with the status. Right-clicking on the record displays all the statuses. When a CV is sent out, the status is set to CV sent. We'll close the screen and return to the main index. We'll send Matt Dillon's CV speculatively to Andre Agassi by clicking on Send CV. We'll choose Send CV to Contact, no job specified. We're looking for Andre Agassi. The Send CV wizard opens. We'll click on Next. The CV is being sent to Andre Agassi at Woolworths with no job specified. We'll click on Next. Check the CV is ready to send, then click on Next. This time we'll add an extra document called Company Background. Either choose a file from this list, these are internal documents, or click on Select a File to browse outside the database. Here's Company Background. To add it, either double-click or click on OK. The file's now linked in, so let's send the CV to Andre. The email's been added to all associated notebooks and an applicant action record's been created. Let's take a look. Here's the email sent to Andre Agassi, together with the attachments. We'll close Matt's notebook. Next, we'll look at Matt's applicant action. Here's Matt's latest record. As you can see, there's no job specified. This time we'll send Matt Dillon's CV to a list of contacts. Clicking on Send CV will give you the option to send CV to tagged contacts. Tagging is used to group records together for further processing. We'll create a tag list of suitable contacts who might be interested in Matt Dillon. To open your tag file, go to the RDB Shortcuts toolbar and under View, click on Tag File. At the moment, the tag file contains some records. When new tags are added, they don't overwrite the records already in the tag file, so it's important to check the list before adding any new ones. Records can be removed individually, by type, or by removing all of them. We want to send Matt Dillon's CV to Rodney Trotter, Robert Pires and Harrison Ford, so we must remove all existing contacts first. In fact, we'll remove all the records. We'll go back to the main index to tag the contacts. We'll now search for them. Next, we'll tag him. Rodney Trotter's been tagged. This is confirmed here. Next, we'll tag Robert Pires and Harrison Ford. We'll now check the tag file. Here are the 3 tagged contacts, so we'll go back to the main index and send them Matt Dillon's CV. We'll select Tagged Contacts. The Send CV wizard opens. You can apply a filter to pick up applicant action records by status date and consultant. We only want our applicant action records created today. If no filters are applied, then all applicant action records at one Send CV will be picked up. We'll change the status date to today. And we'll change the consultant to Andy Sword. Now we'll click on Next. And we'll click on Next again. Matt Dillon's CV is being sent to the 3 contacts. Let's click Next. The CVs are ready to send, so we'll click on Next. The 3 recipients are displayed on the left, with the CV on the right. The email to Harrison Ford is currently displayed in the lower screen. To view or edit the other emails, click on the contact's record on the left, and their email will then appear in the text area. We'll send them now. Let's look at Matt Dillon's applicant action records. Here's all his applicant action. These 3 records have just been created. We'll close the screen. This time we'll look at sending multiple CVs to one contact. We're going to send Russ Abbott's, Alan Shearer's and Andy Murray's CV to Clint Eastwood. The first step is to tag the applicants. We'll start by finding Russ Abbott. Next we'll tag Alan Shearer and then Andy Murray. The next step's to find Clint Eastwood. And then to click on Send CV. We'll click on Tagged Applicants. Andy Murray's got 2 CVs, so we'll choose his sales one. Russ Abbott's got 2 as well. The Send CV wizard opens. We'll click on Next. Here are the 3 CVs being sent to Clint Eastwood. We'll click on Next. The CVs are ready to send, so we'll click on Next again. The recipient, Clint Eastwood, is displayed on the left, with the associated CVs on the right, and the default email in the lower screen. Let's click on Send. Let's have a look at Clint Eastwood's applicant action. Here are the 3 applicant action records we've just created.